Going back to our learning FreeBSD. So in this one, we're going to look at user management, how you can add, how you can remove, how you can change the details in the user database. So let's jump right in and see how we go. Okay, so what we're going to do is just run through adding, removing, changing users and groups. So the first tool that we want to look at would be to add a user. Let's see how we do that. So on FreeBSD, it's really simple. You need to do this as root or use sudo or do as, anything like that. So we'll become root. Now please remember that you are changing system files, so be careful. You can potentially botch things up. Nothing that's not fixable, but even so, don't want to get into that situation to begin with. So on FreeBSD, to add a user, it's simply add user. Username, we're going to go with Dave. All right, Dave. Full name, which can be anything. Keep it clean. You don't have to. Do what you like. The UID, that's the user identifier. So this can be anything, but if you don't choose one, it will just assign one automatically, and that's probably the best choice. The only one that you definitely cannot be is one that's already in use or zero. Zero is in use anyway because that's your root user. So we'll just let it assign one. Login group. We're going to go with wheel here specifically because we want it to be able to become root. You don't really want to give too many users that because you want to be able to control who and who can't become root. And the old principle of less privileges and all that. But because we're just playing, I'm going to allow it. Now, what group you pick depends on what role this user is going to fulfill. If you want it to be able to do video, you'd put it in the video group. If you want it to do certain things like shutdown, I think it needs to be in the operators group. A whole host of things. So it does matter what group it goes into. So for this particular one, we're just going to go with wheel, just to show you. Do you know what? Let's put it in the operator as well. Just to show you that you can add more than one group. Login class is default. There's a few shells there. We'll just go with the default, which is SH, which is SH. My personal choice of shell is CSH. I just prefer it. Although fish is quite nice. And then it's going to create the home directory, which is always /home/ the username. So in this case, Dave. Default permissions. Now you can lock it down if you know what you're doing. I'm not going to, but you can do. Set very restrictive permissions if you want. If you only want that person to be able to read stuff in their own home directory, it kind of becomes a bit messy if you do things like that. But there are a whole host of things you can do. Password-based authentication. In this case, yes. You could use LDAP or something else. Empty password? No. Random password? No. Enter a password. And again. And do not lock out. And is this okay? Yes. And we don't want to create another user. So that was our add user. What about removing it? Simple again, RM user. Bye, Dave. Don't need you anymore. So there we go. It will give you the hash of the password, the home directory, and his full name. All right, Dave. And his shell. Is this the one we want to remove? Yes. It'll ask you if it wants you to remove. It'll ask you if you want it to remove the home directory. Personal choice. If there's stuff in there that you want to keep, don't remove it. There's nothing in it. This has just been created for demonstration. So we'll go yes. There we go. It's gone. Remove the mail spool, the home directory, and remove the password entry. Let's clear that. chpass. Now, chpass is a flexible tool for changing user database information. So let's have a look at that. There you go. This is all the information that's in there. UID, GID, hash of the password, shell, full name, and we'll change that. Let's change full name from Charlie root to root. Wait, I wouldn't normally do this. This is literally, like I say, just for demonstration. And it's changed. Now, if you do that as a standard user, it will ask you for the password, your password to make that change. Let's clear that. What about changing your password? Let's clear that one. So I'm logged in as my standard user and I want to change my password. Somebody saw me type it in, whatever it is. put in your old password, choose a new one. There you go, that's your password changed. Now, the next one, which is PW. Now, PW allows you to change a whole host of things. It allows you to add and remove groups, and I'm not going to dive into that. I'm sorry, I'm just not going to. But we'll have a quick look at the man page for PW. Right down to the bottom, couple, example somewhere. So there you go, the examples. So add new user, and then add that user to the group if not already present. The login shell is set to CSH, blah, 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 blah. And that's what the example is. So there you go, new user. So PW, add user. There it is. Like I say, it can do a whole host of things. We're not really going to worry too much about that one. And there is a last way of doing it, which is, it looks like it's being phased out for these newer versions of FreeBSD, and that is bsdconfig. Now, when you're setting up your system for the very first time, you just installed it, bsdconfig is that utility that you do to set up all those options, unless you're doing a custom install. So bsd config. Now it won't show much here because it's already installed, like I said. But ordinarily, when you're setting up the system, there's the whole host of stuff there. Now, group management, like I said, you would use PW, and you can let's go back down to standard user. So there you go. You can see that I'm in just the group wheel. So if I did PW user mod Gary, add to a group, let's call it operator, must be root. It's fine, not a problem. Back my UID. So there we go. Hopefully you find this kind of useful. Like I said, it's in keeping with our Learn BSD. If you do find it useful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. Don't forget our Discord server, link in the description. And as always, see you in the next video. Take care. I can't be bothered anymore today. Let's just go back to bed.